All right. So guys, I was getting a lot of like just random, like weird intermittent questions throughout the week about stuff that I felt was fairly simple. So I really wanted to fix that and just kind of go back over like a real basic orientation and sort of just streamline some things. I'm not sure what happened, but so we're going to cover sort of like what we do as a company tonight, right? So what do we do for clients? Buy, term, and invest, debt stacking. Two big concepts, right? Those are the two main concepts: buy, term, and invest, and debt stacking. And then I really want to get into after that how you get paid, how you can get paid right now without a license if you're still in training, and then how you get paid once you're licensed. Life insurance is going to be the best way, right? Like it's the fastest, it's the easiest thing to do. It doesn't require a whole lot of training, and it produces pretty significant income depending on your commission level. All right. So if you have questions, guys, throw it in the Zoom chat. If I miss it and it's like pertinent, pop up, right? Just unmute yourself and ask. There's only about 30 people because this is just our team, right? So not hundreds yet, right? So it's not like it's not a big deal if you just have a question because that's what this is for, right? This is our training. All right, so let me hit a screen share. Yeah, there should be more like 50. I would definitely agree. I would definitely agree. So let me pull this up. Why did it stay like this? This is weird. Make this small. All right. Can you guys see the screen? Is it there? Seeing Primerica? Cool. All right. So this is a presentation I pulled down. I'm gonna pick and choose out of some of this, but really I kind of want to give you guys a little bit more background. It goes into a little bit more than the regular blue page one. But guys, we're the largest independent financial services marketing firm out there. In North America, there are over 150,000 licensed reps. Think about that for a second. There's 150,000 Primericans running around wild between Canada, every state in the country in the United States, and every US territory. We're huge. The goal is 200,000 on the life license side and 50,000 on the investment side. So there's about 150,000 life licenses and 26, 7, 28,000 on the investment on the security side. Goals 250 respectively. Okay. Publicly traded, companies worth somewhere around 9 to 10 billion dollars, depending on the market that day. So pretty big, right? Pretty big. And we've been around since 1977. All right. The company's been awarded tons of awards over the last few years. These are the ones right here in the middle that you see on the blue page from Investors Business from 2022. Forbes magazine, right? Forbes magazine hit us up in 22 for best insurance. I don't care who you are. If you have awards from Forbes magazine, you're doing something right, right? Bloomberg Gender Equality Index. Why do we get that? Well, probably because over half of the agents in Primerica are women. Literally, guys, over half of those 150,000 licensed agents running around are women, females. That number has exploded since COVID. Why? Since COVID, so many brokerages went remote. We had to. We didn't have a choice. We had to keep the lights on. We had to keep people getting paid. Well, guess who wants to work from home around a kid's schedule and make some extra money and get a license and feel like they have something that's theirs again? I'll wait. Put it in the Zoom chat. What do you think? Who do you think would want that? Right? Women, moms. Because think about it. If a mom is working and paying for, if a mom is working and her spouse is working, somebody's paying for daycare somewhere, right? The craziest person, like I won't say her name, but the craziest story I ever met was I met a mom who was making about 3 grand a month, but she was paying out roughly 24 to 2,500 a month in daycare. And I said, that this makes no sense to me. You're working all month and paying someone else to raise your kids to bring home like $500. That's not worth your time. That's 160 hours a month of your time devoted to somebody else for 500 bucks, not even including your travel, gas, all that. That makes no sense. And she goes, "Oh my God, I never thought about it like that." I said, "Girl, you should stay home and raise your children, get licensed and help like one client a month. Same money, same money net to you, right?" And we'll cover that. I say one client a month because an average policy is about $1,000 annually, and an average agent should be at a 50% commission, right? We'll cover that. You guys have all seen this. I will not belabor this, but what you need to start thinking of is yourself in the middle of this. You are the center of this, not Primerica, you. Primerica is the vehicle, but you are there and you have access to all of these things for every single one of your clients, whether you're licensed for it or not. The appointment I just did for Angel's mom, I opened her mom a money market account and a Roth IRA. Is Angel licensed yet? No, doesn't matter. She's going to get licensed. She told me her goal is to get her SIE done within the next 30 days because I told her I did it in 34. And I said, hot damn, nobody's challenged me on that one before. Okay. Okay. Right. She's got access to all of these things for her people because I'm licensed. And when she's licensed and like legal to do it, we'll transfer all of those accounts back to her. Now she's starting her investment career with assets under management because she has clients. And she's seen me work with clients and now she knows what to do. I did not have that luxury. When I came in, I was one of the first people to actually do a lot of investments inside the brokerage, the entire hierarchy. Why do you think I teach 401? I built the entire course. It's okay, right? But we didn't do a lot of investments. So no one was there to train me. I figured it out on my own. Now I train people, right? Now I train people. So the mission doesn't change. That's the same as the blue page. But this really goes into more of like the why behind the company, guys. This is really why people face financial challenges today. They don't have an education in money and finance, first of all, and they don't have a plan that's going to get them there because they don't know anybody that is a financial professional. And if they do know somebody that's a financial professional, they think it takes too much like money to get started. Right? I showed Angel's mom tonight. Look, I could open these accounts for you with as little as 25 bucks and 25 bucks a month. That's the minimum. The most important thing, and I was teaching this to her 16-year-old son. I said, listen, we need you to understand that you have to pay yourself first. No one teaches you this, right? No one's going to send you a bill in the month every mail that in the mail every month that says pay Sierra $50 a month. It's not coming, Sierra. You're the only one that can send yourself that bill. You're the only one, right? And the tie down that I use for clients is, hey, I mean, you're responsible, right? You pay your bills. And they always say yes. And I say, look, Matt, do you get a bill in the month? And look at my head. Do you get a bill in the month every month that says pay Matt $100? Pay Matt $250? Invest for Matt $300? No, because you are the only one that can send it, Matt. Have you sent yourself that bill yet? No. That's why you haven't started, right? The basics, guys. These are the three accounts everybody needs. This is your emergency fund. This is like an extra 1,000, 2,000. The levels vary based on what you need, right? Short-term savings, the goal is to get clients to about 3 to 6 months in cash. God forbid something happens, you should be sitting in 3 to 6 months in cash. That's your money market account. That's your like savings account on steroids, right? It's getting a 3.9-ish right now. The rates float. Retirement, long term. This is like future you money. This is money you put in there, you don't look at it. Okay. Those are the three accounts. That's the three accounts. Yeah. We opened Angela's mom a money market account because she wanted to show her husband that she could get a better rate than him. And she is. I hope she gloats every month when she shows him her statement for the interest that she gets paid. It's
Oh,
pretty
she
awesome.
does. She's probably going to move the rest of it soon too.
Good. Easy. I could do it in like 3 minutes. Once the account's there, money's gone, right? It's over there. It's getting better. And guys, this is the rule of 72, right? So these are things that we teach clients, but it's also stuff that you've got to know yourself. 72 divided by the interest rate that you think your money is going to receive. Three examples, 3, 6, and 12. That's how long it takes your money to double. Okay. So don't get wrapped around the axle. This is not an investment. This doesn't represent an investment here. But 72 divided by 3, guys, 24 years later, it would double. 3%, it doubles, right? 24 years later. The other crazy thing is that this same $10,000 opened each one of these accounts. No extra money was ever added. Everything at the end that you see is pure compounding interest. It's pure growth. Okay. Just think about it like this. 48 years from now, do you want to have somewhere between 40 and 160 grand? Or do you want something closer to 2.6 million? I'll wait, right? It's always going to be 2.6 million. Well, guess what? The only place you're ever consistently going to see returns between 6 and 12% is having your money invested in the market. That's it. That's the only place you're ever going to see it. Because over the last 50 years, 50, the S&P 500, right? The 500 biggest companies in the market have averaged a rate of return of 9.48. 9.48. That's it, right? It's right in the middle. It's where it, but it's the only place you're going to get that consistently. Okay. High cost of waiting, we're going to skip a little bit. This is debt stacking, right? So buy term and invest and debt stacking, those are the two big things that we do for people. If you thought about, if you just replaced any one of these things with your personal info, right? Your personal thing that it is, and if you just stayed on the original plan, look at this. The client's debt would be paid off at age 58 because they never accelerate anything. They're just making the minimum payments. What do most people pay on their bills, guys? The minimum, right? They don't pay the maximum, they don't pay it off every month. Most people just pay the minimum. Well, look at Plan B. There's no extra money in the client's budget. We haven't added any extra income to this. Zero. The only thing that we've done is when they paid the first thing off, you add it to the next bill and you start accelerating the payment schedule. It's called debt stacking. Dave Ramsey calls it a debt snowball. There's no difference, right? But think about it, and we're all guilty or have been at some point. When we pay something off and we free that money up in our budget, what do we usually do with it? Do we save it? Generally? Mm-mm. Generally, we find the next thing to spend it on. So this is where it takes a little bit of discipline, right? Getting on a budget and doing it correctly is sort of like going on a diet. It's not fun, but you know it's necessary, right? So in this case, we're paying all the bills, everything's paid, we're current on everything, we're not skipping anything. All we're saying is when you pay this off, let's not blow it. Let's put it on the next one and let's start accelerating this, right? Now look, now you'd pay the debt off in 9 years. It's 14 years faster. 14 years faster, right? You avoid 130 grand in interest. And now you start investing what you have extra because you're not paying it on bills anymore. And if you kept putting that money in from 44 to 67, you're looking at 2.4 million. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. I'll tell you guys, my biggest success story to date was a client. She's a travel nurse. She makes amazing money. She was making about 150, 170 a year, depending on the year. She had close to $200,000 in debt. She made so much money, she didn't think twice about spending it. When we did her F&A like this, the full financial needs analysis, the system said she was going to be out of debt at age 99. She was in her early 40s. When we switched it and we did the system and we worked together, guys, we're done in 2 years. She's like 47. She's literally on a trip in Europe right now. Why? Because she has the money. This is what we do for clients, guys. This is what we do, right? Yes, we sell life insurance. Yes, we do investments. This piece, though, is life-changing because people never get taught this. They just feel like, all right, I'm in debt, I'm going to stay in debt. No, you don't have to, but you have to make a decision, right? That's why I use the dieting example because it's the same. Everybody knows, right? You move more and eat less, you will lose weight. Guaranteed. Well, guess what? If you save more and spend less, you won't be in debt. It's a choice. In a lot of situations, it's a choice, right? So this is decreasing responsibility. It's just a different way to look at the picture. The thing that I like to ask people on this one is this bottom in red, right? Think about how many life insurance companies that are out there. Nikki, no, we don't refinance auto loans. We do not do that. But, but I can help you with some of the verbiage that you might need in order to go to your local credit union or wherever and walk through that. That was one of the things that we did with my like ridiculously in debt client. She was paying like 25% on car notes for no reason, just because, right? We got those dropped down to like 13 or 12%. It wasn't great, but it was half, freed up a bunch of money, right? So, but this one, like you guys need to write this down. Like this line right here needs to be like part of your brain because this is what sets us apart from a lot of other life insurance companies. I would say every other life insurance company. How many life insurance companies can you possibly think of that would ever teach you as a client how to get out of the need for life insurance? Guys, Primerica Life is the only product that we offer that has our name on it. It's the only one. But if you listen to me, Sierra, right? Here, you need life insurance because you don't have a lot of money and you have responsibilities, right? God forbid something happens to you, you need the baby taken care of, right? So you need more coverage because you don't have any assets. Well, God bless, right? 35, 40 years from now, though, it's gonna flip. Now we need to make sure you don't outlive your money, right? And now you're out here, you've got tons of assets, you've got tons of money, your kids are grown, your house is paid off, they're out of college, they don't need you. No one's relying on your income because you're retired, you're not working anymore. You're living off of your assets. Well, God bless, girl. If all of that is true, well, you don't need life insurance anymore because no one's relying on your income and everything's taken care of. God forbid something happens to you, your assets are the life insurance, right? That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. No other life insurance company out there is going to teach them that. They're going to sell them a cash value whole life policy and they're going to pay on that thing until they're in their 70s or 100, depending on the policy. And it's going to be maybe like 50 grand in coverage anyway. And they're going to say, hey, it's like a savings account. You can build cash value, you can borrow against it. Nope. Hard pass. Because this is what people get, right? They get 100 grand in life insurance each. They're paying a couple $100 a month for it. And by the time they're 65, there's a whopping $74,000 in cash value, right? Let me just disclaimer, right? Both of these clients are 35. There's a man and a woman, right? It's a whole life policy. On our side, we get them a term policy. I think it's a 30-year term, and it's a 9% rate of return for getting this number. It's not extreme, right? But what would you rather have, right? $250,000 in coverage on each of you with a Roth IRA or this, right? At the end, at 65, would you rather have over $250,000 or 75 grand? I'm taking the 250,000 every time, right? Because this is a Roth IRA. So guess what? That's also tax-free money if you need it. Roth IRA is pretty simple. It's pretty cool. You get to retirement age with a Roth IRA and you got a couple $1,000,000 in there. Well, God bless. You could call me and cash that whole thing out, and you're going to get a cashier's check for the entire amount, right? Difference between that and your 401k. 401k is great, right? But you cash out 401k, you take some money, but you got to leave some money for Uncle Sam because you never pay tax on that money, right? So you need both in general. You need both. But guys, this is what we do. So this is why we say you should buy term and invest. Buy term and invest. The difference is what you see right here, right? Because in this case, we're taking the same $235. Exact, right? Exact same $235. Mr. and Mrs. Client, if I could use the same money and I could give you 2.5 times the amount of coverage and show you how to invest the money differently to give you a much larger amount of money at the same age that you don't have to borrow, is that something you'd be open to taking a look at? There's your setup. But if I'm going to 2.5x your coverage and show you how to have more money, why wouldn't you at least be open to looking at it? I don't know. Some people are hard-headed. And if they say, no, I'm not open to looking at it, I say, great, we're finished. Who do you know that would be open to looking at it? That would be willing to sit down with Sierra? Because I mean, even if it's not for you, you know that you see a ton of value in what Sierra is going to be doing. Am I right? Guys, that's how you transition away from a stubborn person who's just there to be there, right? Thank them. Hey, listen, I totally get it. It's not for you. You don't want to retire a millionaire. Who do you know that would? Now what are they going to say? Right? I mean, but God bless. Well, I don't know. Maybe I do want to be a millionaire. Perfect. So we should get you started. Some people are just stubborn, but that's how you would work with that, right? Four ways to earn income. We can hit this really quick. It's a cash flow quadrant, right? When you're an employee, your income is based on your position and the time that you're willing to trade. That's it. You're an employee. When you're self-employed, right? This is like us right now, or me, right? Like I own the brokerage, I'm self-employed, but I kind of own a job. Because right now, if I just kicked over, well, the brokerage is, it's going to kind of fizzle. It's going to fall apart a little bit, right? But even when you're self-employed, you still own your job. It's still 100% of your income off of one. Now let's move over here, right? You start getting to the business side. You own a system. You have people working for you. Think about owning franchises or owning other businesses, right? The easiest way to think about this quadrant is like right here, I work for a landscaping company and my boss pays me 20 bucks an hour, right? I get sick of doing that, so I go open my own landscaping company. I have one lawnmower and I can cut 5 lawns a day, right? Think about it. Now I charge 50 bucks a yard. I can make 250 bucks a day. That's the max because that's all I can do with my one mower and my time. Now I'm thinking, well, I should just open my own business again, right? And hire some people. Because now if I can buy 5 more lawnmowers and hire 5 more people and I can pay them 40 bucks a lawn because we're charging 50. Now every time they go cut a lawn, it's like I cut a lawn, but I didn't do anything. Same money to me, right? But now that's five. So now if that's 5 people, do I just want 5 people in my landscaping company or 500 or 5,000? Are you like, did something just click for guys? Like that's Primerica. That's the business. That's the brokerage. Because if you think about it, you guys work in my Primerica brokerage. It's no different than if you drove down your local Main Street. You all have one, right? There's a State Farm and it says by Bob Jones or Jim Smith or Frank Schmutz, right? You all have one. This is no different. You just work in Primerica by Noah and Melissa McQueen until you open your own brokerage, which I want all of you to do at some point. But you have to be a regional vice president to do that. Okay. And then you like from the business side, you become an investor. Then you have money working for you while you sleep. That's complete financial freedom, right? That is financial independence. All right, we don't need this. Okay. Before I move into like how all of that works for us and how we get paid and like the actual like orientation side, are there any questions? Anything? Anything I missed? Any questions I missed while I was going through that? Did anybody learn anything tonight that they didn't know before? There should be, right? Because some of you are fairly new, like, and I've never done that full presentation for everybody. So that's why one, you never miss a meeting, right? Because even if you just plug an AirPod in and listen, you're going to learn something. You're going to catch something, right? And so let's do this. Oh, so my camera's been being weird lately. I don't know what's going on. Let's jump over to how this works for us, right? How does Primerica make this work for you? Okay, so the first thing that you are all working on is your life insurance license, right? And so that life insurance license is the thing that's going to pay you the most, and it's going to pay you the fastest because it's fairly easy to teach you how to use it. It's not complicated, right? You could pretty much get in front of like 10 people in a week, and 2 are going to become clients. Where most people struggle is they don't get in front of 10 people. That's the problem, right? So this is the promotion guideline for once you're licensed. For most of you right now, this does not apply. Okay. And I want to clear up something too, because this where it says fast start in 30 days, your bonus builds for up to 90 days. You have from the day that you enter the company until day 90 to pass your exam. Okay. Let's back up a little bit though. Your pre-licensing has to be complete within 60 days. If you don't finish your chapters and your practice exam, certificate exam, whatever it says on your thing, within 60 days, your bonus gets cut in half. Whatever it is, and then whatever it can still become, right? It gets cut in half. So don't do that. There's really no reason that you guys should go more than 30 to 40 days anyway without taking the exam in reality. It's totally doable. But don't get wrapped around the axle on this fast start in 30 days. Okay. The whole purpose for that is to like give you motivation to get going quickly. Here's why. If you get off to a really, really slow start, you're going to lose like 2 or 3 weeks in the beginning, just kind of putzing around. You're never going to see it work. You're never going to get in front of a client. You're never going to have someone, you're never going to see that light bulb go off for somebody and show them value. It's just not going to happen. And then you're going to start believing it doesn't work. You're gonna be like, oh, what the hell did I do? That's the psychology. But if you get off to a fast start and we get in front of somebody, we show them a ton of value, and they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. Right? Even better, we get in front of somebody, we find out that they've been getting ripped off, right? Like Angel's mom was paying almost 90 some odd dollars a month for like 40,000 in a whole life policy. And I said, whoa, but I can, and she got it like 7, 8 years ago. If I'd have gotten in front of her 7 or 8 years ago, I could have given her $250,000 for like $60. Right? This is buy, term, and invest. All right. So look, everybody starts the same, right? Everybody starts as a rep. The day you come into the company, you're at a 25% commission contract, but you're building a bonus because you don't have a license. Okay. Your bonus account is like a delayed life insurance commission. Okay. That's why it builds and then it pays when you get licensed and appointed, meaning that the day it pays is the day that you could legally go write business. That's why it's delayed because we can't compensate you prior. That's why it builds. It's like an escrow account. Okay. Your first promotion, guys, happens when you have your first teammate and 1,000 in premium annually. One policy of $84 a month is $1,000 annually. If you have two policies of $45 a month, right? It doesn't matter. Like to the penny, it's going to accumulate. Whatever the monthly is times 12, that's your annual premium, and then add them up. Okay. So one recruit, 1,000 in premium, $200 bonus, unlimited. Do it as many times as you want. All right. My goal for everyone though is sprint to district. Get to a district leader contract. It's a $600 bonus plus 50 for logging into your app. Plus, right now, if you came in and knocked out your pre-licensing course within the first 30 days, it's an extra $50. So a district contract bonus right now should be $700 for smiling and nodding. Anyone that's ever sat on an appointment with me, your job is take notes and smile and nod. After you set the appointment, you come, make an introduction, and then shut up and smile and nod. Stay muted, please. I don't need you interrupting me. Your job is just to listen, right? You got two of these and one of these. And that works with clients too. The more you can listen, the better. All right. But here's the biggest thing to take away. We show you how to do everything in the beginning. Everyone's going to do pretty much everything for you up until the point where you're about right here for most people, right? Because I don't expect you to know how to talk to a client. I don't expect you to know how to run a chat, but that's why we show you how to do everything. And then once you're comfortable and you're like, yeah, I think I could do this. Great. Do the same thing that we were doing, put us all together, but then you do it and one of us will be there like training wheels. And then when you're like, good, I'll be like, don't put me in those chats anymore. You got this, right? Same thing with appointments, right? Go on an interview before you're licensed. You can do it now on your own. You don't have to be licensed to run an interview and recruit somebody. Okay. And the faster you can get comfortable with that, the faster you will get comfortable sitting in front of clients. Okay. So sprint to district, train to division, because think about it, guys. Would you rather wait? Would you rather wait and try to get to your 60% contract when you have to do it up here after you're licensed? and you need to get 10 teammates and do 10,000 in premium on your team, and you have to have scheduled your first investment exam. Or do it down here when you don't have to schedule an investment exam and it's 5 by 5, half the work. And down here is when someone else is going to do the majority of it for you. I'll take easy every time. Like I'll take smiling and nodding for an $1,100 bonus every time. Just me, right? Just me. So questions on the commissions, questions on bonuses, questions on any of that. I lost my chat. Good Lord. Okay. No questions on that, right? Okay. So no questions on that. Let me just hit the timelines again. 30 days for your fast start. Your bonus builds for the full 90 days while you're working on your license. Okay. Pre-licensing has to be done inside 60 days or your bonus gets cut in half. Those are that's your numbers, right? But everybody should be done with their pre-licensing at a minimum within the first 30 days. The longer you drag it out, the farther down your odds go of completing. Promise you. Promise you. The faster you do it, the faster you do it, the faster you'll start making money. Let me jump down here really fast. I'm going to skip this really quick. I'm going to go down to how you can start getting paid right now with no license. Okay. No license. And the document I'm using right now, guys, is your orientation packet. It's there. Everybody should have this. If you don't have this, let me know. So I'm hearing is we don't see our bonuses until we get our license. Sierra, that's correct. You will see it, right? You will see it on your app. You will not get paid your bonus until you have passed because it is a delayed or a deferred commission, essentially, is the best way to think about it. Okay. So do you want to, if now knowing that, do you want to get licensed sooner or later? Sooner. Yes. Sooner. Okay, guys, that's 3. I can't count. These 4 things you can offer clients right now, and you don't need a license. Okay. There are some restrictions by state, especially for the home and auto. There are some restrictions by state for the home and auto, and there are some restrictions for Legal Shield, South Carolina specifically. Okay. All of these things, though, you can use as referral products. These are other ways that your clients can be serviced, right? Right now, I mean, the Vivint promotion right now, I think is client buys a doorbell, they get something else for free and some gift cards and something else. It's crazy, right? If you refer a client, guys, for Vivint, you make $250. You do not need a license, plus whatever incentive bonus is going on right now. They change all the time. Okay. How many people do you know that wanted a security system in their house or wanted to add a security system or wanted a doorbell that they can monitor? Well, guys, that's Vivint, right? It's a monthly service. There's a 2-camera minimum to qualify for like an install. But guess what? The doorbell qualifies as one of the cameras. All of this stuff applies for you as well. Like you can refer yourself and get paid if there's something that you wanted. Just saying. Just saying. Right? So Vivint, $250 per referral, right? That's basically like, hey, Sheila, like, have you ever thought about putting cameras in this house? Like, you ever thought about having a security system, like one of those smart doorbells? I don't know. Maybe, yeah. Well, hey, listen, do me a favor. Call my guys at Vivint, right? They'll talk to you, they'll come out and they'll look at it for you and they'll kind of let you know what it would look like. They do way more than just doorbells, right? Security, indoor, outdoor, thermostats, they can hook you up with a whole smart home solution. Just call this number, use my discount code. If you like it, great. If you don't, great. Call's free. That's it, guys. But if you never tell anybody, can you ever really like expect to get a referral out of it? No. Got to play in traffic. Got to play in traffic, right? It's like, think about it. Can you get hit by a car if you don't walk in the street? No. But this is one of those situations where you want to play in traffic because you want to hit somebody. You want to bump into somebody. You want somebody to bump into you. You have to have activity. Okay. So that's Vivint. Answer Financial. Here's the easiest laydown for Answer Financial. I mean, let's be honest. Like Matt, if I could save you some money on your home and auto, wouldn't you want to know? Heck yeah. Dude, when was the last time you quoted out home and auto insurance? If you're like most people I talk to, it's been at least 2 to 3 years. That's the response I get most often, guys. 2 to 3 years. You know why? Because people don't want to call. They don't want to get like reverse spam called. And they just don't like, they're like, screw it. It's just easier. It's called a switching cost, right? The switching cost is too high, not price. It's what they have to do to get to there, right? I say, Matt, dude, do me a favor. Call my guys at Answer Financial. They're going to shop out your home and auto for you to like 30 companies. And if you like what they tell you, great, take it. If you don't like it, don't take it, don't switch. I mean, God bless. Why would you switch if it wasn't better? You're going to laugh. They're going to laugh, right? Hey, use my discount code. Here you go. It's just your agent number, guys. It's just your rep ID. That's it. But depending on your state, you refer somebody and they switch, you're gonna make $100 just for the auto referral. And if they switch their house insurance too, it's 95. Now, if they have nothing and you just get them set up, we don't get paid. But if you get them to switch, you get paid. I'm gonna skip the other two really quick and I'm gonna jump down to the states so we can kind of talk about this really fast. The gray states are the states where the clients are at that you don't need a license whatsoever. And if you refer them and they switch, you get paid. Okay. So the East Coast kind of sucks, right? Florida, Virginia, and New York on this map are red. South Carolina and Georgia are becoming red, right? So that means that if you refer somebody in that state, you can't get paid no matter what, unless you have a property and casualty license. That means a license to sell home and auto. Okay. So don't worry about it though. This is one of those things where you have to like not have this like fixed mindset and be worried about $100 because one of the most like the biggest savings I've ever had for somebody was in Virginia. I said, hey, do me a favor, just call the number, see what they say. I don't know what she was paying before, but they saved her over $3,000 a year just on her car insurance. Prior to that phone call, she wasn't really in a position to get the life insurance that she wanted or start investments. Guess what happened right after that? Because I said, hey, girl, just call, see what happens when you're done. Text me, call me back, let me know how it went, okay? You got to give people a callback, a comeback, right? You got to give them a thing to do after. It's just like you guys, right? I do it to you guys all the time too. Hey, do that and then let me know how it went, okay? It just gives you something to do. She called and called me back literally like 45 minutes later. Oh my God, no, they saved me over 3 grand. I said, what? She goes, yeah. And they gave me better coverage. And I added my like jet ski or something. I don't even know what it was. I was like, what? She goes, yeah. She's like, oh my God. She's like, let's do those policies for me and my husband right now. And tomorrow I'm going to get my knucklehead kids over here, adult kids, and they're going to get policies. I'm just going to pay for it because they don't understand yet. Oh, insurable interest. Very cool. Right. So she put policies on both of her adult kids. She's the payer for right now. They're just the insured. She's the payer, the owner of the policy, and the beneficiary. They're just the insured until their, for prefrontal cortex develops some more and they understand why they need life insurance because they're only 20. They're like, yeah, I don't get it. Right. But mom does because mom is also in a position right now where she's watching her dad. He's uninsured. That was the whole reason she reached out to me in the first place. I couldn't help her. The reason she came to me, I couldn't help her. But you know what I said? I said, I don't want you to be in the same position as your dad, and I don't want your kids to be in the same position as you. Let me see if we can get you guys taken care of. 35-year terms, automatically approved. They're taken care of, right? That's the power of what we do, guys. But look, right? Gray State, North Carolina, Alabama, Angel Henderson, agent, called for herself, saved herself and her husband like almost $1,200 a year on her car insurance and got paid to do it. Hell, listen, even if you call and you save that much money, do you really care about not getting paid $100? No. No, you will not care because you saved 1,200. Who cares that you didn't get paid $100? Right? Now, if you're in a gray state and it happens, even better, right? Well, guess what? Go make some friends in the middle, like middle and the west of the country, and let's go start helping some people save some money on their freaking car insurance. What better way, guys? This is why a lot of people like get real like jumpy around like, oh, I don't want to get life insurance, or oh, I tried that. I did that once. Yeah, you did that. You didn't do this. Because all you had in your arsenal was life insurance. And when somebody told you no, you were all out of Schlitz. You had nothing else. Like, hey, listen, I get it. Like the life insurance isn't what you want right now, but can I at least see if we could save you some money in your home and auto insurance? Who's handling all of your investments? Who's taking care of your retirement planning? Right? Yes, Jen. Great question. If the customer's in a gray state, but we are in a red state, right? So, Jen, you and I are in Florida, right? I can't help anybody in Florida and get paid, but I can help somebody in California all day, all day, right? Make a list of all your gray state people and start calling them, right? Yes, and so get paid. Yes, sir, Matt. Go get it, bro. Get your Indiana game on right now and get that friggin' home and auto thing bumping. Bumping. All right. Now, real quick, right? On some of these blue states like Texas, if, right, and here's a little handy dandy chart for you. This is all in your packet, right? If your client is in a blue state, right, and you have a teammate below you, right? You have a downline. In that situation, Matt, use your cousin's rep ID as the discount code. It would try to pay her if they switched. It would see she doesn't have a license and it would roll up to you. Override. Okay. Those are the blue states. Now, don't get wrapped around the axle. Georgia and South Carolina and Mississippi should be like purple or red because the rules don't apply. Okay. You have to have a license down there. Alabama somehow skipped it. I don't know. But Mississippi, Georgia, and South Carolina, you have to have a license. Okay. So questions on this, guys? Put in the Zoom chat, unmute yourself, whatever you need.
There were two questions up in the chat, Noah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I answered Jen's question.
Alexis at the top said, "How do we throw that out there, like for advertising?" And she dropped that question when you had the four quadrant up.
So that's a great question. And that's literally everyone's sort of like automatic go-to is like I want to put this out there to advertise, right? Think about your like we all have friends that sell things, right? How many times do your friends that sell things post something and you buy? Put in the chat. Oh wait. Like like your friend that sells Scentsy or your friend that sells Tupperware or your friend that sells something, right? Yeah, some of those things. But like once you've got like Tupperware, you're probably not buying a whole lot more, right? And so the reason that those don't generate like click-through funnel is because there's no urgency and there's no selling involved. There's no value proposition. I'm not exposing the lack of something. And if I can't expose the lack, I can't add value and fill it. That's why life insurance for most people has to be sold because most people just go, I'll get to it. And they never get to it. Okay. But that's why it's so powerful the business works when you're working it correctly from a hot and warm market perspective. Your job in the beginning is to talk to people in your immediate circle, your hot and warm market, and ask for help training. If they become a client, great. If they don't become a client, great. Hey, Sierra, listen, I know this wasn't for you tonight, but you see a ton of value in what your mom's doing. Am I right? And I'm gonna tie him down. It's called a tie down for a reason, right? I'm gonna tie him down. Because think about it. If we're all sitting there on the appointment are they generally are would they say no? They wouldn't say no, right? Now I'm time down again, right? I mean, honestly, Sarah, so if you, I mean, you see a ton of value in this, you probably have at least 5 to 10 people that we should show this to like immediately, right? Like, you know, a bunch of people that this would be great for, right? Perfect. The only thing I'll ever ask from you is to like help your mom link up with those people so that we can show this to them because I think this would be great for those people. You're going to send your mom a ton of referrals, right? Perfect. Guys, that so when we do training appointments, you either learn or earn or both. That's it. You're always going to learn. Every time you sit on an appointment, you're going to learn, right? So you're either going to learn and earn, or you're just going to learn. I think I'll change how I use, I'll change how I say that, right? You either learn and earn, or you just learn. But the whole point of the appointment is to get trained. Hear how your field trainer talks to clients. Hear that when we sit down and talk to a client, nothing changes. We say the same stuff over and over and over. And whether you're sitting with me or Haley or Angela, Matt, right? I trained all of them. We all do it the same way. We all say the same stuff. Now, am I better? Of course. Of course I am. I'm the regional vice president. I better be better, right? If I'm not better, there's a problem. But guys, I'm only better because I've probably sat in front of clients 5 to 6 thousand times. Think about it. I've been in the business almost 3 years, right? And during that time, I've had a minimum of 5 appointments a day. Some days I didn't work at all. Some days I had 10. So we'll just say five. Okay. So what's 365, 2.5 years, right? Angela knew I couldn't go without getting the calculator out at least once, right? 5 appointments a day. Guys, I've done this like 5,000 times. That means I've given at least 5,000 presentations. Study any professional, right? If you've put in 10,000 reps, 10,000 hours of training into something, you will master it. So that means I'm not even as good as I'm gonna be. I'm only halfway there. That's fun. I love that. That means I got a lot to learn. Great. There's levels to this thing, right? I'm only a regional vice president. Next is senior vice president, then national sales director, then senior national sales director. There's 4 more levels. That means to get to senior vice president, I got to promote 3 of you guys to regional vice president. Darn, right? Oh, darn. I got to promote 3 of you guys. Okay, perfect, right? Because the beauty of the system is I promote you to regional vice president, you get promoted, you take a higher contract, you open a branch office, but I override you forever. It's the beauty of the system. That's why we're incentivized to promote you, not keep you in, not keep you down, right? You run the numbers, you have the licenses, you get promoted. Beautiful system. It's not like real estate, right? Your top real estate agent leaves you and becomes a broker. Mm-mm. You're my top producer. Great. I'm going to promote you. Now you go open your own branch office. Beautiful. Perfect. Right. So guys, we got 10 minutes left. Any other questions? Anything else, right? Like I really just wanted to kind of get in front of you guys and kind of give you like the like back to basics in terms of what the company does, how we do it, right? And really like why. The company was built to get rid of cash value life insurance. Right? Our founder died, not died, his father died, excuse me. So Art Williams lost his dad. His dad had a whole life policy that he'd been paying on forever, but he had taken loans out against it. Then when he died, when you have loans against your policy, you don't get paid until the loans are paid with interest, right? And so now his mom thought she was getting taken care of, and then all of a sudden there's no money from the life insurance. And during the funeral, like afterwards, somebody came up to him and said, you know, it's really a shame. Had your dad just had a term policy and some mutual fund investments, your mom would probably be a millionaire right now. Same money. And that lit Art Williams's butt on fire. And he figured out a way to build a company to try to eradicate the whole life cash value life insurance industry. Didn't work. Can't do it, right? Those companies are too big and they make way too much money off of whole life policies. It's never going to go away. That doesn't mean we can't be the number one producer of term life insurance in the country, though. And we've done it before. We've been number one before, right? Okay, social media, real quick. Social media 101, right? Explain what we're talking about boosting our Facebook views and audience if their posts go stagnant. Okay. That's a great point, Josh, because there's been a little bit of confusion on that stuff as well. So let me pull up the old Facebook. So guys, your social media, right, is your business card. It's your brand. That's the best way to think about social media. Like if any of you guys go to my Facebook right now and stalk me, right? What do you see? Does it scream Primerica? Am I puking stuff all over my social media every day about life insurance? No, you don't see that stuff, right? You do not see that stuff. Yes, Alexis, yours is blowing up because you have a good market and you have a relatively large market as well. Okay. And so, are you guys seeing my Facebook? It did a weird thing. Okay. So here's Facebook. Let's use Alexis, right? Because hers is going strong. She just posted today. So Alexis Morris. So Alexis just made her post. It's pinned, which is crucial because if it's not pinned, right, it's gonna get buried under all your cat videos and all that fun stuff. It's pinned and it's public. So this is key. It's blowing up because she's still running chats right now. It's good. Same verbiage we all use, same picture, right? 23 comments and 3 shares already. And there's 3 shares and 3 names. That means all 3 of them shared publicly. It's very good, right? When you make your post, you need to tag your field trainer and you can tag me too. That's okay. But if you go to my page, you won't see this because I have to review everything that would get put onto my page. Otherwise, my entire Facebook feed would just look like opportunity posts. And that would look spammy as hell. And we ain't doing that, right? Remember, your Facebook, your social media, whatever you use, that's your calling card, your business card. Guys, people are like, if you post that, the first thing they're going to do is they're immediately going to go to your page and they're going to look at you. Who the hell are you? I think I know you, we're friends, but I haven't seen you, right? They're going to look and see, and they're immediately like looking at you thinking, is this the person that can help me get to the next level? Subconsciously or not, right? That's what they're thinking, right? So if we're working on trying to promote that, right? You want to post family, business, right? You should never be posting business, business, and have no family posted in there because that's not what people want to see. People don't want to see your Tupperware post. People don't want to see your Scentsy post. They don't want to see none of that, right? They want to see your kids. They want to see your family. They want to see you winning. That's what they want to see, right? And then, I mean, obviously it's your own social media, but right, but posting like hourly it wears out your market, right? I would say try to post a couple of times max a couple times a day, right? But they should be things that like mean something to your family, okay? And so let's say you've had a post and then you're like, oh, let's not do anything. I want to share my post. Don't do that, right? Do not do that. Don't share your post. What you should be doing is getting shares on your post from people that are in macho markets, right? So they're married, they have kids, they're in the right age range. They're maybe like one step away from you, right? So if you share it, your husband shares it, your kids share it, and your brothers and sisters share it, all of you are sort of like looking at each other on social media, right? Those shares are great because they have people that you don't, but like get one layer away and ask that person to share, right? So like a friend, and then that friend of that friend, because now you're getting into other markets, right? And that's how you're going to get explosive activity. That's going to be, for a lot of people in the beginning, it can be like overwhelming, but don't get overwhelmed. Okay, right? Because we're here to help you. We're going to help you run it, right? And so if you've made a post and it's not really going anywhere, then you need to start building your social media muscle again. Post something that's going to generate activity and drive questions, right? Let me see. Let me see if Jessica posted something the other day. Mm, 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 mm. So, so Jessica's in the business, right? She's a regional vice president. I don't see anything on here about Primerica. She's supposed to have a grandbaby. She went somewhere on a trip, right? And then I thought she had one on here it was a random question. It was um, like, what's your favorite, what's your favorite candy? What's your favorite, whatever? People like to provide opinions, right? People like to provide opinions when they are asked a question. They're not just going to like randomly do that. So that's one way to do it. You can use the at highlight or at followers thing. Don't do that, right? Yeah, roll call for states. Hey, just want to see where my friends are at. Like, what state are you in? That's a good one, right? That'll probably get you 30, 40, 50 comments. And then that like bumps your algorithm juice, right? More people start commenting on your stuff starts going in front of more people, right? And then if you are running a bunch of posts, like say you're a field trainer now and you've got a bunch of posts running, then why did I do this? Oh, because I hit the full screen. Hang on. If you're running a bunch of posts, right? Then you need to like save a post. So like, let me jump back over here. So I already saved Alexis's, but just so you can see it, right? If you're monitoring posts, like go to click the three dots. See how it says unsave? It's because I already saved it, right? So save post, and it's going to say, where do you want it? Redline post. Yeah, boy, put it over there. Because now instead of like figuring out where's everybody at, I just go to my saved posts and I just start running through. And this is how I go and inspect what people are doing. I go make sure it's pinned. I go make sure it's public. I go make sure you're actually responding to questions or to comments with questions. Because if I don't inspect it and you're brand new and you're not doing it correctly, I can't expect you to have great success, right? People will always do what leaders inspect, right? People never do what you expect them to do. But if if I texted every single one of you and said, "Hey, I'm gonna go check out your Facebook post in 5 minutes," you would jump on that thing first and be like, "Oh shit, no one's gonna look at my post," because you don't do what I expect you to do. You do what I'm inspecting, right? That's just psychology, right? That's just psychology. And so that's it for tonight, guys. I got to jump over to an